Hello everyone, it is I, Eatin Shit Food Reviews. And today I have a little something here, and I swear to God, like someone over at Hiland Farms must have been watching my reviews and released this specifically for me. Because my wife and I are going through just like the Walmart, right, like the supermarket, and we come across Hiland's farmer-owned, old recipe Jellybean low-fat milk. It's 1% milk, grade A, ultra-pasteurized, blah 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 blah. And the problem really is I don't even know where to start with this, okay? Because for starters, they have the audacity to call this like an old recipe. Like, what fucking old recipe, like, do they have for Jellybean milk? You know what I mean? Like, it tries to make it sound like it's something established and nostalgic, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like those Pepperidge Farm commercials or something like that. It's like, do you remember the days when the Jellybean milk flowed, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like, you know, back when you used to run home to Grandma's house and she'd have a fresh batch of Jellybean milk waiting. Like, and even if it was an old recipe, like, that, like, lent, like, a very bizarre image to me, because what the hell would an old recipe for Jellybean milk be? To me, it just sounds like fucking jelly beans floating in milk. But, it's funny, too, because they have, like, little informational blurbs here, because on the side, apparently this is a seasonal product, right? Because it says, try out 3 old recipe seasonal favorites. So I guess we're in spring or something like that, because it says, we have the old recipe Easter eggnog, which, like, what differentiates that between, like, regular eggnog is beyond me. It's probably just pink colored or something like that. And, like, chances are better than they're just trying to sell off some old fucking, like, Christmas eggnog. Easter eggnog. Our savory blend of sugar, spices, milk, and cream give this traditional favorite a springtime twist. They have chocolate marshmallow milk, which, quite frankly, I'm, like, disappointed they didn't have, because why the fuck am I not drinking that instead of this, like, Jellybean monstrosity? Farm fresh milk swirled with the flavors of rich chocolate and fluffy marshmallow make an indulgent treat, rain or shine. It's funny that they, like, imply some sort of, like, how would I put this? Imply some, like, weather dependence on whether or not you're going to drink this crap. And finally, we have what we're holding in our hands. Hiland's Jellybean low-fat milk, which is funny because this is the only one that says low-fat in it, right? It's like I get skipped on the fat. A delightful mix of smooth, creamy milk and the flavor of sweet, juicy jelly beans. Delicious fun for the whole family. Oh my fucking God, that sounds terrible, though. It sounds like milk and Kool-Aid. Which, like, comically enough, I have some experience with, because I remember one time as a kid I accidentally mixed milk and Kool-Aid, and I almost fucking threw it. It was the grossest thing I've ever tasted. They have, like, what was it? They kind of have, like, a bit of a repeat on the back here, where they're saying, dazzle your taste buds with this delightful blend of smooth, creamy milk and sweet, juicy jelly beans. Every time they say juicy jelly beans, I want to, like, I really want to gag, okay? Welcome to the sensational flavors of spring. Old recipe Jellybean milk is one of 3 fun seasonal favorites your entire family will enjoy. Just one yummy sip and you'll know that no, nothing says spring like the wholesome goodness of low-fat milk bursting with fruity Jellybean flavor. Old recipe seasonal flavors are produced in small batches and are available for a limited time. So savor the spring flavors while you can. I must have missed the boat on the chocolate marshmallow routine. Our farm families work hard every day caring for their animals and the land so that we can bring you fresh, great-tasting, wholesome, and nutritious dairy products. You can take comfort in knowing that the milk comes from that the milk that comes from our farm is produced with integrity and care. And jelly beans. I just added the jelly beans part of the back. Well, that's pretty well it says to shake well here, so I'm going to shake well. That's pretty well the extent of the packaging, alright, which I felt to be like real bizarre. And of course then we have this mysterious cup here from nowhere. Of course then we have this thing, which I'm always... Alright. We have here this, like, this kind of hybrid, like, bottle carton, like the carton with a little pouring end. And I'm a little bit up in the air about how I feel about that. You know, I don't know what to think of all of this here. It's disguised as a carton and it looks like a bottle as well. So let's pull this, like, little seal off and we can see what kind of, like, oh wow. Alright, let's all just look at it because it's like fucking bright pink. Holy shit. Like, am I supposed to drink this or rub this into my hair? This is really creepy. Okay, I'm going to put the lid back up and shake it up a little bit just to make sure that it's adequately mixed. But, like, so far, that was like, oh my God, I was not ready for what I was about to see. Let me just tell you this, alright? So let's pour it off here. Ooh. Oh. Like, holy shit, man, look at this. It looks like I'm fucking pouring a thing of V8. Like a strawberry smoothie or something like that. That's your old-fashioned family recipe for you. It comes out looking damn near blood red over here. Alright, well, I poured myself, I think, enough to get at least, like, an adequate first impression without throwing up. I feel like I'm on an episode of Fear Factor. Alright. Now, it's not too fragrant, okay? It's not too overpowering or anything like that. I mean, like, I guess neither is milk, but jelly beans usually have a smell. Kind of does smell like jelly beans. And then it also smells like hair dye. So I don't know. Like I said, the initial shock of this is kind of wearing off, and I guess the time has come just to take a sip. All right, let's take a look here. You want to know something? It ain't so bad. It's not bad at all, actually, you know? It's, you know, holy fucking shit, it must be some old family recipe. It actually tastes like jelly beans and milk, but in a way that's not completely repulsive to me, right? I don't think that I could sit down and drink like a whole quart of this stuff or whatever the hell, but like, just to take a little bit of a sip, I was expecting something like distinctly repugnant, and this is not. Oh man. Fuck, that's pretty good, actually. Like, every sip I take is surprising me a little bit more, because, like, I'll just give you a few of my how would I put this? My expectations, and then what I'm experiencing here. I kind of expect it to be very, like, thick and sludgy, and almost, like, really sickly sweet, but it's not. As far as a milk product is concerned, it's a little bit thinner, probably by virtue of its, like, low-fat status. It's actually kind of crisp and refreshing, and while it is sweet, it's not, like, it's not something that makes you, like, ill or feels like it's had, like in some sort of, like, opposition to the flavor of the milk, right? It really works. Like, it works well, you know what I mean? In fact, I think, how would I put this now? I think, like, the shock value of this product is probably going to turn a lot of people off of it when it's actually half decent, you know what I mean? It's funny because my wife earlier was telling me that she could, she had the idea of, like, putting it into a cup of coffee. You can make yourself some jelly bean coffee, like, or something like that, or I guess even cereal. It might be a little overpowering in cereal, though. The jury's out on that still. And then the color might be a tad garish still. It looks like fucking, like, salmon blended into water. It's pretty good. It's, I guess another thing to consider is, though, and this might actually gross me out just to talk about it, but it also kind of tastes like, how would I put this? Any sweetened milk, aside from chocolate milk, because chocolate milk is such an established, like, product already, but any sweetened milk kind of tastes like old cereal milk. Oh my god, that actually reminds me. I saw this this episode of that show Shark Tank, and one of the products they were pitching was like cereal milk, and it fucking grossed me out so much. They're like, "What's your favorite part of cereal?" The milk afterwards, and they were actually trying to like market like a product that was supposed to represent post cereal milk, right? Like milk after all the cereal had been eaten, and like. It was grossing me out, because as far as I was concerned, they may as well have, like, marketed a bottle of spit at that point, right? You know, it's like, you know, don't your fucking backwash milk, but
this kind of favorite part of the milk? The backwash.
Yeah, exactly. What's your favorite part of the milk? The backwash. Oof. Because even when I eat cereal, fuck, like, milk's, like, dripping down my chin and shit like that, I look like a big infant. I don't want that image in my head when I'm, like, drinking this, like, in a little product, but this like, whole Jellybean idea, this is good, actually. Wow, it's really good. It's like rich and creamy and tasty. I'm surprised. So you know what? As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to come up with a very, very quick, like a very little quick, like, finisher for this. If you see this product up for grabs in any of its iterations, I'd say give it a try, because my imagining is that this one probably, like, this is the one flavor that had the most, like, how would I put this? That had the most ground to make up, right? It had a lot of cards stacked against it. But it performs. It's delicious, right? So if you see any variety of this, I'd say give it a swing if you have a wild hair to do so. And that's it. I love it. I'm going to have some right now. Give it to my wife. Good night.